We exist in a society that paradoxically idolizes creative genius while fundamentally misunderstanding its true nature. The cultural mythology surrounding creativity, that of the solitary genius struck by divine inspiration in a flash of brilliance, represents perhaps the most damaging misconception preventing ordinary people from accessing their extraordinary creative potential. The reality of creative mastery reveals itself as something far more profound, more accessible, and ultimately more powerful when properly understood. Cutting-edge neuroscience has begun mapping the intricate dance of neural activity that underlies creative breakthroughs. Functional MRI studies show that during states of genuine creative flow, our brains undergo a remarkable symphony of coordinated activation and deactivation. The prefrontal cortex, that analytical taskmaster governing our executive functions and critical judgments, temporarily relinquishes its tight control. As this occurs, the default mode network, our brain's daydreaming, mind-wandering system, surges with electrical activity. Meanwhile, the temporal lobes begin forming unprecedented connections between previously isolated concepts stored in our memory banks. This neural triad creates the perfect conditions for original thought to emerge. This complex interplay of brain systems explains why moments of brilliant insight so often arrive when we're engaged in mundane activities like showering, walking, or just before sleep. When our conscious, directed thinking quiets down, our subconscious makes astonishing connections. Stanford University researchers have quantified this phenomenon, demonstrating that walking boosts creative ideation by up to 60% compared to sitting. The implications are profound. Every human brain comes pre-equipped with astonishing creative capacity. We simply need to learn how to activate and harness this innate potential. Historical examination of renowned creators reveals surprising patterns that contradict our romantic notions of creative genius. Consider Leonardo da Vinci, whose legendary notebooks contain over 7,000 pages of sketches, observations, and ideas ranging from flying machines to anatomical studies. His unparalleled creativity stemmed not from supernatural gifts but from systematic habits of intense curiosity, meticulous observation, and disciplined recording of every thought regardless of how unconventional it seemed at the time. Maya Angelou developed an equally rigorous creative practice, renting a sparse hotel room where she would write daily, accompanied only by a dictionary, a Bible, and a bottle of sherry. This carefully constructed environment eliminated all distractions, creating a sacred space for pure creative focus. The Beatles' musical genius didn't emerge fully formed, it was forged through years of performing grueling 8-hour sets in Hamburg's clubs, absorbing and internalizing countless musical influences before developing their revolutionary sound. Modern creative organizations like Pixar understand these principles at an institutional level. Their headquarters were intentionally designed to maximize unexpected interactions, with central bathrooms ensuring frequent collisions between employees from different departments. These planned serendipitous encounters became fertile ground for innovative ideas, demonstrating how environment shapes creative output. Creating optimal conditions for creativity involves multiple dimensions. Physically, spaces should accommodate both collaborative areas and private retreats, reflecting the different phases of the creative process. Natural light significantly impacts cognitive function and creative thinking by regulating serotonin levels and circadian rhythms. The strategic placement of stimulating objects, artwork, and books creates constant visual triggers for novel associations. Incorporating movement through standing desks or walking meetings can enhance creative output by as much as 80% by engaging different neural pathways. Every creative journey inevitably encounters what author Stephen Pressfield termed the resistance, that internal voice questioning our right to create, dismissing our ideas as unoriginal, or predicting inevitable failure. This resistance isn't an obstacle to avoid but rather a compass indicating we're venturing into meaningful territory. J.K. Rowling battled severe depression and self-doubt while creating Harry Potter, demonstrating that genuine creativity always feels risky because it represents an expedition into uncharted psychological terrain. Within every individual lies dormant ideas capable of revolutionizing industries, solving overlooked problems, or creating art that moves millions. The distinction between those who manifest their creative potential and those who don't lies not in innate talent but in permission, the courage to explore, the resilience to fail, and the perseverance to continue. Our brains already contain the neural architecture for extraordinary creativity. The challenge lies in activating this potential through deliberate practice, environmental design, and psychological preparation. The world stands ready to receive what only each unique individual can create. This creative journey offers more than personal fulfillment. It represents our opportunity to contribute something meaningful to the human experience. The time to begin is now, the tools are available, and the capacity exists within. What emerges next depends entirely on the choice to engage with this profound creative power that resides in every human mind.